Monday morning and we're over here on this new build project that we are just starting this morning. If you come on in, let's have a look around. There is a load of rubble already here from the old garage that used to be in this area. The customer has knocked everything down and reclaimed over 10,000 bricks himself, which we are going to use to build the new house in this space here. We're currently not allowed to break ground because this property is going through NHBC. They need to send their own surveyor out to come and inspect the site before we break ground and make sure they don't need anything, i.e. deeper foundations or stuff like that. You can see over this side where the old wall used to be. It used to be tied into this property next door here. We are going to be using our outer leaf of blockwork, which is going to be on here, and it's going to be interlinked into this building here, and same on the other side, so we can get maximum width in between these two properties here. Because we are building in between two houses and effectively it's going to become a row of terraces, we have to dig all this foundation down this side and the foundation down that side in a hit and miss formation, meaning 1 metre, miss a metre, do a metre, miss a metre, so on and so forth. We're only allowed to have 2 bits open at any given time, so our plan is to go 1, 2, 3, 4, fill, 5, 6, 7, 8, fill, so on and so forth. So we're not doing continuous pours all the time. We're going to aim to hit 4 at the same time. If I show you behind here, which got addressed when I had the meeting with the structural engineer last week, you can see that there's these arches here, and there is also one further down there and one further down there. I asked the engineer what this is about and she said there wasn't basements here originally. This was an old garden wall, and what they used to do back in the day is just build arches underground so they didn't have to put so much foundations in, i.e. they put a foundation there and arched it and built on top. So what we've got to do is dig down here, underpin under the archway, flood it with concrete, and then we'll have to block up underneath supporting this part here. While we've got Jay and Kyle here this week on the digger and dumper, we are just going to go up into the garden there and grade all the mud and grade the garden back. We're also going to break up this patio area and that concrete slab in that area and get it all grabbed and taken away. The reason we're doing this now is because once we build the property there, it closes this garden up from that road and from that road. So if you want to get any materials into here, you're going to have to bring it through one of the properties.
So these gates here were 5-bar wooden gates. It had a pedestrian gate this end, that's where the peg gate was. Now we've moved it up there, so this gate here can do 180 degrees. Customers are happy, we're happy. Look, it's looks very nice. Customer supplied us with some matching lights. Now these lights run completely off Wi-Fi. They are colour changeable. You can set up timers and that sort of stuff. We think they're really smart. And the pedestrian gate, we have opted for a drop box to be fitted. It's an additional additional security. You can lock it down when it's closed, and obviously lock that. That is not going to be open at all.
So I'm out and about this morning doing site surveys. I'm over in Leamington. I'm going to pop in and see the basement guys. I've literally just come out of my first survey and look what's happened. Ticket straight away, only in there 10 minutes. What a great start to the day. Right, so I'm over here on the Leamington basement site where all the underpinning details now starting to be done. Baz has done all of the sections behind me now. Section 1, Section 2, Section 3. And if you can see just here, we're now doing Section 4, but it's also going to tie into a corner detail, which will be the retaining wall for the back area there. We're currently going to work our way down here and across, underpinning underneath the chimney area. And then later on in the week, Friday afternoon, we're going to be doing the concrete pour for the slab and the lids at the same time, ready for it to go off over the weekend. So we come into work on Monday to a fresh concreted room. Once the retaining wall was built and backfilled, Mark, Simon and Baz then started to lay the reinforced mesh. This had to be fitted 60mm floating above the top of blockwork, then shuttered in so it would be in the centre of the 125mm reinforced concrete slab.
So I've just come over to the second basement site over in Leamington, and this week we have had Ashley and Thomas, our new basement starter, doing all the stud work around the whole perimeter. We've also had Aidan over here doing the first fix plumbing and heating, and Callum also doing the first fix electrics.
Saturday afternoon and I'm still in the office, unfortunately. There has been loads going on around here this week and I've had to put some serious hours in just to be able to even keep up with the workload. NHBC contacted us earlier in the week and they said they are not going to be able to work with us on the new build site due to them deeming us to be high risk. When I asked them what they meant by this, they said the underwriters have said we haven't got enough NHBC experience and their concern is that we have got to dig down the side of the foundations of 2 already existing properties. Funny this one, because we do this type of work all the time, but because it's not on new build sites, the experience doesn't count. So Che, our customer over there, has been in contact with other warranty companies and me and him have been going back and forth on email all week with them. We think we've finally found another company to come in and take over. Hopefully this doesn't have too much of an impact on the schedule because we're keen to get in and get the job started. Although it's worked out alright for Che, it hasn't worked out that well for us. If you can remember, I really wanted this NHBC number because it was going to allow us to price our own new build jobs in the future, but you win some and you lose some, so hopefully we can get this done soon on another project that isn't deemed to be so high risk. Another thing that's happened this week is James, my business partner in the Gates company, has decided to hand his resignation in as director as he's had enough of the stress and the workload. So I'm going to be taking over the company in the near future. There's still a lot of things to get over with during the handover period. We've got to finish and complete open jobs and scheduled works that's already booked in. We've got to get our merchant accounts up to date, and we've got to update our books with HMRC. But once this is all done, I'm going to be taking over the company 100% and driving it forward in my own way. We wish James all the luck, and we hope he gets what he wants out of this, and we hope him all the best in his future. Being a business owner is not for everybody, and it is very, very stressful, especially when the pressure is on. So if any of you guys watching this channel are a fully skilled gate engineer, or know of a fully skilled gate engineer who may be interested in joining the team, please get in contact with us. We're very keen to speak to you. One last thing that I want to mention before I finally get home for the day is, earlier on in the year, I think I made a very, very bold statement. I said we were aiming to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. When I was going through the analytics with Marika the other day, I realised that we've only just passed 250. So this is my plea to you guys. If you like the content that we're putting out, please subscribe to the channel and support us.
So I've come over to the construction site over in Leamington, and this week Jay and Kyle have had the diggery, the dumpery and so on, and the first protocol was just to scrape the whole garden back from back to front all the way, and as you can see behind me, they've done a cracking job. They've scraped it back all the way there, perfectly on schedule, going the right way. There's a big mess behind us, which is all going to be took away later by the grab. So week one out the way, and perfect start.
Over on basement site 2 in Leamington now, and I'm currently standing in the utility area. You can see around me that Tom and the guys over on this site have been really busy this week, and they've put the majority of the stud work in all the way around the perimeter. They've put the doorways in, and they've even put this stud work in dividing the utility from the shower room. I say shower room, but this is actually only going to be a toilet and sink in here now. We wanted to have a shower in here, but due to us using a Saniflow system, the tray would have had to been put on a 150mm platform, and unfortunately the head height just doesn't allow that. Same with this doorway here. We was going to put a pocket sliding door in, but the frames come in a standard size and the height just does not allow. There was an option for us to buy a frame that can be cut down on site to lower the height of it, but this had to be specially made, and there was a 4 to 6 week lead time, which the customer decided against. There will also be worktops and units running all the way up this wall here. Coming through into the kitchen area, Tom has formed this archway here. This is going to have above head spotlight shining down, and this is where the sink will be. There will also be units running all the way down this wall in an L-shaped formation. Going through into the cinema room, the guys have done loads in here this week. You can see they've created this framework here, which will house the 85-inch TV, which will be this back frame, will be plied and the TV will be hung there. But you can see there's another frame in front of it, which will slightly go over the side of it, which will also have backlit lighting all of the way round. These cupboards that have been built on either side, that one over there houses the gas meter, but this one here will have all the media inside it. We've also put speaker wires into the ceilings, just in case they decide to have it. We're unsure on the system they're using yet, but we've put the cables in just in case. Last thing over on this back wall here is they've also put these little recesses in, one here and one here, and this will also have downlighting from the top showing down. One other place they are having lighting will be on the staircase here. We're going to be cladding over this tanking with treads and risers all the way up. When the riser comes here, we will put in the tread over the top of it, and we will overhang the riser by about 45mm this time instead of 25mm, because we are going to be routering in a groove on the underside of the tread, which will allow us to put LED lighting in it, and then all of these steps will be lit all the way up. If we use the old system with the stick on, the problem we had is from this angle you would see it all on the underside. So we've decided to router the underside of the steps and stick it up in the recess instead.